So these are some of the seeds that I did the other day. I need to re-water this one. So this is their spring onions. The whole tub was packed with them. This is the red pear tomato. So it looks a lot wetter than it is, that one, but I'm not going to put any more water into that. Whereas I'm not sure why this one dried out quicker than that one. These things happen though. They've both got saturated the exact same amount. It could be simply a case of a hole in the roof. You wouldn't know, but we shall leave them and see. I will spray this one with another bit of water in a minute. Here, and these have dried a bit as well. And it's only been a couple of days, so they're spring onions as well. You'd swear that's all I was growing was blooming spring onions. But I do really, really like my onions, so that's them. Then over here, look at that, itty bitty shoots coming through. So this is garlic. You can see little shoots already. That's really cute. But that little cosh is doing its thing. The water is circulating nicely, condensation there. There's too much air pockets, I think, in these ones. So this again is really damp compared to some of the others. I'm not sure again why that is. So I don't know if you can see that. This purple sprouting broccoli. Here is our tigerella tomatoes. That could be why some just, but they're all seeds. They should be absorbing at the same rate, really. These are moneymaker tomatoes. So it's been less than a week. They need more time, basically. Anything up 10 to 15 days. This is fennel I put in from a root. I try things. I do daft experimenting. And this year I am literally just going to try and grow some fennel from fennel itself. I had a really nice bulb of it. So we'll see if anything happens. You never know. It might. Underneath here, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Anyway, I have 3 pots basically. And inside those 3 pots, you can't see anything. You shouldn't be able to see anything. But potatoes are growing under the soil, of course. Yeah. And then here, this is my little kind of hot tub. We've got other magic happening. So in this container here, we have the dwarf beans. Then here we have broad beans, we have beetroot, and we have chard. So it doesn't look as if I planted out much at all, does it? I thought I'd done a lot more than that. But this weekend, I will be doing a lot more than that. So this is basically our greenhouse. Usually we start preparing it now to some of our eucalyptus over there. We'd prepare to grow tomatoes and things in. But what we discovered was I opted instead to do tomatoes in the polytunnels last year. And they turned out absolutely bloody brilliant. We had such a cache of them, whereas every other year we'd do them here in the or in the greenhouse, and quite literally we'd lose so much of them. We'd lose a lot through like some kind of disease or fungus or rot or something. And I think it's basically that there's no air circulating properly inside a greenhouse. So that's something to watch out for. You know, greenhouses are great to, you know, start your seedlings and your propagation and things like that, but definitely not for growing on your tomatoes. So I'm going to bring us over to the polytunnel and show what's going on there. Okay. I actually just wanted to show you this as well while I was at it. This is one of our compost bins. This one is like a heated compost, so it's real temperature regulated. We had to put these on top because the wind up here gets really, really powerful, and it quite literally blew this off. But we did have our rat get in and have a field day inside there at one point. But you can make out down the side some really amazing compost that we're going to have, but also the runoff here, it will make some of the most amazing nutrition. So I dilute this, like you only need like a cup of the stuff, but a cup of that with water, a lot of water, you just spray your crops with, and it comes out, you know, it's really, really good. It's nutrition going right back into the soil and into your plants. So you never waste, never throw anything out. So this is basically our polytunnel 2. This is what we've named this one. And I'm getting it all prepared for when the seeds are ready to go in. So it needs a bit of weeding. You can see that. These were just structures that I created last year. These were for some tomato plants that I knew weren't going to grow very tall. I still have sage there, and the smell from that sage is beautiful. But yeah, so we'll weed the ground here, and then we're going to basically, pretty weeds everywhere. We're going to get some of that beautiful compost and spread it out around here, mix it all in, and put a bit of nutrition feed as well into the ground. And it should be all lovely and ready by the time the seeds are ready. We don't put the seeds straight in, of course. You put the seeds into like little modular trays. You separate them out that way. And then once they've moved on, I'll seed some more. Here's some of my succulents that I just had to put out there. And our strawberries. So some of these will need deadheading as well, but yeah, our strawberry plant's already coming on. So everything needs a bit of a watering again. This time of year, I don't tend to water a lot. There's like once a week. A really good watering goes a long way. The thyme is gorgeous here. So I have different structures still in place from last year. I kept them in place on purpose. So this year I will grow, oh, the smell of that thyme. That is just, wow. I'm getting it now because I just, you know, brushed my hands across it. But yeah, so I'm going to have some beans on each side of this. And then as you can see here, we've got these twines as well. So they will be for some tomatoes. And the same over here. We have all these for tomatoes again, because that's where I had them last year. And it did really, really well. These structures are fantastic. So all this needs a bit of weeding again back here. But these, we'll have to take a look, I think. Not sure how these are doing. It's garlic. I don't want to pull it up if it's, you know, I can get more growth from it. Oh, that looks, whoops, that looks really nice. So, it smells divine. Oh my God. Wow, that's really, really powerful. So I'm going to actually, because I need some garlic for today. So we have, I might as well take it all up actually, because I've got garlic. Can you hear that sound? It's gorgeous. I said, oh, that one didn't come off very well. But it smells gorgeous. Really, really, really does. So yeah, we have garlic for today. Over here we have spinach. So I'm going to pick some of that as well today. So I have some garlic. And oh my God, honestly, I wish you could smell this, but it is divine. It really is. And there's some strawberries in there as well. Don't mind the nettles, and I think it's gladioli coming up. Gladioli just everywhere, literally. So I have more spinach. But last year I created these things. They're archways. And they were for the French beans as well. They did fantastic. So over this weekend, we're also going to be hosing down. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I don't know if you can see that, but this is after ripping. So that's definitely not good. Damn. So we might have to get that taped. Because these things cost an absolute bloody fortune. They really do. I mean, they're on their last legs. They need serious repairing. They are on their last legs. They've been here, oh my goodness, I'd say good 15 years. So there are lots of holes in them. We usually hose them down each year. But yeah, so parsnips is what these babies are. Flowers, these are all coming up, these ones, because I want to put down marigolds and nasturtiums for my companion planting. So we're going to be weeding all around here as well. This little adorable thing is, or was, my avocado tree, my little avocado plant. So I'm going to check on that to see if it's anywhere near alive. But yeah, so oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm being overpowered by the smell of the garlic I've just picked. So I am, so absolutely gorgeous. Now I know I probably should have thinned these parsnips out a bit better. But we'll check one and see how it's doing. But I put them down early in the year. Oh, excuse me. Fresh soil. My nose goes too lally. It really does. No, none of those are pushing through the soil at all yet. So I'm just going to leave them. I prefer to see, it's the same with the carrots and the beetroot. I prefer to see some kind of a bit of the vegetable popping up through the top, and I'm not seeing that with any of these. So what I might do is thin them out a little bit, because I just let them go a bit mad over the winter, really, which is fine to do too. I'm usually a bit more pernickety for the spring and winter stuff. So all along here, yes, more weeding to do, but I have onions. I told you I love my onions, I really do. Loads of onions coming through, because you can never have too many onions. But I do have to start weeding now, inside the polytunnels, for its own sake. And these were my aubergines from last year, so I rooted them all up, but I'm letting them decompose on the top here for a while, get whatever nutrients they can. I left them run away for quite a bit inside the ground, because I have all the good nutrients go back in there as much as possible. But our climate isn't the best. Here's my baby, that's Monty. Monte Cristo. And you're waiting for me to throw your ball. Okay, hang on. Complete lunatic. So, yeah, that's polytunnel 2. So just, I don't know if I showed it to you. Down the back here I have fleece and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to be I checked the temperature for the weekend. And the temperature is dropping. It was a cold night last night. Not freezing by any standards, but it's still cold. So it means that we are liable to get frost. So I'm going to use some of this fleece layers that I have, and I'll be covering up our cabbages that we have in the other polytunnel. The onions are fine. Everything else is fine because they're roots, root veg. I'll put it over the strawberries maybe. And my sage is as hardy as anything. But I'm going to get this absolutely gorgeous garlic and go inside and wash it and try and wash my hands as well because I'm stinking now at garlic. So, see you in a bit.